Mastering water conservation. We're hemorrhaging water resources and don't even know the rate. Where can we find the current water usage rate data for our organization? And what is the current rate in order to establish a baseline for our water conservation efforts and monitor our progress towards operational excellence in water conservation? To establish a baseline for water conservation efforts and monitor progress towards operational excellence, it is essential to obtain current water usage rate data for the organization. This data can be found through the following means. 1. Utility bills. Review historical water utility bills to determine the total water consumption in gallons or cubic meters. This information is usually available on the utility company's website or through a customer portal. 2. Water meter readings. If the organization has a dedicated water meter, take regular meter readings to track water consumption. This data can be used to calculate water usage rates over specific periods. 3. Facilities management. Consult with facilities management teams or maintenance personnel, as they often have access to water usage data or know how to obtain it. 4. Local water authorities. Reach out to local water authorities or municipalities, as they may provide water usage data or have access to this information. 5. Internal departments. Collaborate with internal departments such as operations, maintenance, or sustainability teams, as they may have existing water usage data or be able to provide insight into water-intensive processes. Once the current water usage rate data is obtained, the following steps can be taken to establish a baseline and monitor progress. 1. Data analysis. Analyze the gathered data to determine the current water usage rate in gallons or cubic meters per day/week/month. This information will serve as the baseline for future comparisons. 2. Water intensity metrics. Develop water intensity metrics to normalize water usage data, such as gallons per square foot of building space or gallons per unit of production. This will enable the organization to track progress towards operational excellence in water conservation. 3. Data visualization. Create reports, dashboards, or graphs to visualize water usage trends and deviations from the baseline, making it easier to identify areas for improvement and track progress. 4. Set targets and goals. Establish specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART targets for reducing water consumption and develop a strategy to achieve these goals. 5. Regular monitoring and evaluation. Schedule regular reviews of water usage data to track progress, identify opportunities for improvement, and adjust strategies as needed to maintain momentum towards operational excellence in water conservation. By following these steps, the organization can establish a baseline for water conservation efforts, monitor progress, and make data-driven decisions to optimize water usage and achieve operational excellence. The pursuit of operational excellence in water conservation, a journey of self-discovery. As I embarked on a mission to redefine operational excellence in water conservation, I was reminded of the African proverb, "When you pray, move your feet." It's not just about wishing for change, it's about taking deliberate action towards that change. My journey began with a visit to a local industrial facility, where I witnessed firsthand the staggering amount of water wasted daily. I recall feeling a mix of emotions, sadness, frustration, and a hint of determination. It was clear that something needed to change, and I was determined to be a part of that change. My first stop was to gather data on the current water usage rate of the facility. I spent hours poring over reports, talking to engineers, and scouring the facility from top to bottom. The numbers were staggering. We were wasting tens of thousands of gallons of water every day. It was a harsh reality, but one that needed to be faced head-on. With the data in hand, I began to brainstorm ways to reduce our water consumption. I spoke with technicians, operators, and even the janitorial staff, gathering insights and ideas from every corner of the facility. It was fascinating to see how each person brought a unique perspective to the table, and how collectively, we could make a real impact. One of the most significant aha moments came when I realized that our facility was using potable water for non-potable purposes, such as flushing toilets and irrigating the grounds. It was a moment of profound simplicity. Why were we using drinking water to water our lawns? I worked with the facilities team to install low-flow fixtures and implement a rainwater harvesting system, reducing our potable water usage by nearly 20%. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. I faced resistance from some employees who were skeptical about changing their daily routines. I remember feeling discouraged, but I knew that I couldn't let their doubts deter me. I took a deep breath, gathered my thoughts, and approached the situation with empathy and understanding. I worked closely with the employees, educating them on the importance of water conservation and involving them in the decision-making process. Slowly but surely, they began to see the value in our efforts, and eventually, they became some of our most passionate advocates. Throughout this journey, I've come to realize that operational excellence in water conservation is not just about implementing new technologies or processes. It's about changing the heart and mind of an organization. It's about cultivating a culture of responsibility, where every individual feels empowered to make a difference. As I look back on our progress, I'm filled with a sense of pride and hope. We've reduced our water consumption by over 40%, and we're well on our way to achieving operational excellence in water conservation. But more importantly, we've created a culture of accountability, where every employee feels a sense of ownership and responsibility for our environmental footprint. As I reflect on this journey, I'm reminded of the wise words of Mahatma Gandhi: "Be the change you wish to see in the world." It's not about waiting for someone else to take action. It's about taking deliberate, intentional steps towards creating a better world. And for me, that world begins with every drop of water we conserve, every tree we plant, and every life we touch along the way.